In this short video, we learn how to create an automated workflow in N8N that retrieves and processes content from a website. Using a practical example, we show how a business owner can use this automation to gain a competitive advantage. With the help of this workflow, current content can be extracted from a WordPress website. This enables rapid monitoring of the competition and improves data quality. This gives managing directors a reliable basis for making well-founded decisions. At the beginning of the workflow, a node is used, which we call on-form submission. This node starts the workflow as soon as a form is filled out. In this form, the user enters the web address from which the content is to be retrieved. The form has a simple structure and consists of a text field in which the URL is entered. There is only one field, which is marked as a mandatory field. This ensures that there is always a valid address before further actions are executed. The trigger in this node triggers everything else in the workflow. The HTTP request node follows the form submission. This node calls up the website that was entered in the form. The HTTP request node uses the URL provided by the form and calls up the web page. The call is realized with the send query function, which means that additional query parameters can be sent after the URL if these are required. In this example, the URL is taken dynamically from the form data. Although the query parameters are set in the node, there are currently no additional parameters that are transferred. This shows that the workflow can be flexibly extended if further filters or input options are required in the future. The HTML node is then executed. This node processes the page content retrieved by the HTTP request node. The main task of this node is to parse the HTML content and extract certain information from it. Strictly speaking, the HTML node searches for the content identified by the CSS selector or post title. It is explicitly specified that several entries, meaning an array, should be returned. This is particularly useful if there is multiple content on the website, all of which may be of interest. For example, all posts or article headings can be extracted. This lays the foundation for further evaluations and enables the user to quickly obtain an overview of the current topics. This type of extraction is particularly interesting for companies that work with content marketing or want to monitor the activities of competitors. Another important component of the workflow is the sticky note. This component serves as additional information that is displayed in the workflow. It contains the note that the workflow extracts content from a WordPress website. Although this node has no direct influence on data processing, it is helpful to make the purpose of the workflow clear to other users or team members. It therefore contributes to better documentation and transparency in the automation process. To conclude this video, we will repeat what we have learned. We have seen how a form for entering a web address automatically triggers an HTTP request that retrieves the content of the web page. The HTML content is then analyzed to extract specific content using a CSS selector. This approach helps to capture and process content systematically and reliably. With this automated workflow, managers can achieve improved data quality and thus optimize their competitive intelligence and content analysis. If you have any questions or suggestions, just send us an email. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.